Hello there, and welcome to a new video that I'm making. I'm gonna show you guys the Orion Matrix 12. I'm gonna make some sounds here, and I'm going to make the screen big so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here. This synth is really weird. This is the synth that Nitzareb used a lot of, the hardware version of this, and I barely used this in the past. And I got the new Arturia bundle, and the Jupiter 8 thing was really cool, and the Juno, I liked it okay. They upgraded the Jupiter 8, and I just started messing with all these again, and started listening to them critically, and then I started to try and figure out how this thing works, and it's a little bit more complicated than a lot of the other synths out there. So anyway, I'm gonna go here, turn on the other oscillator. Okay, now, well, this synth has kind of some sluggish envelopes. The hardware one did, but this one isn't quite as bad, from what I can tell. Let's see here. Let's set the filter up. Okay. We'll do like a resonant thing. I have the wrong envelope. That is the VCA. Envelope 1 is the filter envelope. So, for the basic sounds, I don't care for this synth that much, but where the magic is, it's in the way you can do the voicing. I'm gonna do a like a four voice, or let's just do a two voice sound here, and we'll do unison, and we'll detune one of them. Okay, that's in the voices tab. You can set up splits and all kinds of things here, but I'm doing a single template. I don't fully understand this synth completely on how everything works. Like, I can't figure out how to do portamento on it. It's something to do with the lag generator, and I was reading about it online. I have to figure it out. But anyway, I'm getting some basic, typical VAC sound here. This resonant bass thing I always make. So that's a 2-pole filter, 1-pole filter. So basically, a 1-pole low-pass filter is a really sharp cutoff, not a gradual one, and so it lets more of the high frequencies through. So here's the the one pull. There's a lot of fizz up top on the sound. Let's put it in the 4 pull. See, it kind of gets rid of that high end. That's the 4 pull is the typical like Mini Moog Roland filter thing. 2 pull is like the Oberheim, you know, like the SEM and stuff like that. But the filters that I like the most are the high pass. On high pass sounds, the envelope, the top is shorter, so the envelope has to be shorter. You have to make the envelope smaller because there's less space at the top of the waveform because you're cutting out the low frequencies. It's weird, so there's less headroom on the sound, which is weird. I think I'm saying that right. But you basically, to get the high pass filter to behave like the low pass filter, you have to back off the envelope on the filter. And turn down the decay. So those are pretty aggressive sounding. Now the filter that I like the most is the notch filter. Sounds almost like a vocal. Okay, now let's put the LFO. It's really strange. If you want to assign something to the frequency or the VCA, you have to click these buttons and then click there, then the modulation page here. And I think you just click here and you say like LFO, and I'll put LFO1. Now I'm assigning LFO1 to open and close this filter. There's audio. Almost audio rate, but not quite. Okay, so I'm going to do a slow filter LFO opening and closing, and I'll play it. Hold on, let me get a arpeggiator here in Cubase. 24. We'll do up. That way, Cubase will arpeggiate this. Cubase can make any VST have an arpeggiator, basically by loading this Apache plugin on the MIDI inserts, and then Try with the face. And one of the things I noticed is that real analog is brighter, and I kind of like to compensate sometimes with when I'm using VSTs by basically putting a high shelf here to kind of something like that. See without it. Yeah, I really like the filters in the Matrix 12. They're pretty cool. They can do some pretty crunchy, aggressive sounds. The real one sounds a lot better than this. It's more hi-fi, but this is pretty crunchy. And in industrial music, you can kind of make lo-fi, crunchy stuff that sounds good. So I actually really like this filter. Let me turn this off here. All right, let's do a sweep here. Let's turn this release up here. Sustain. Wait. This is the one. Release up. Sustain. Alright, let's go back to voices and turn off the unison thing here. Just tell it rotate. Turn all the voices back on. All 12 of them. Bass down a little bit. It's kind of the creepy sweep analog thing, but the filters in this sound so gritty and kind of evil. This would be perfect for like horror film stuff, you know? Like, that's pretty cool. Let me make a string sound. So basically, change this attack. Slow. Alright. So, you can actually get some really cool strings and pads out of this thing. Some decent bass sounds too, and in unison mode, you can get really cool bass sounds, kind of like that sound, kind of like the Nitzareb stuff on Belief and stuff. Um, yeah, the Arturia plugins are coming a long way. When they first launched, these were my least favorite plugins. But since version 7 and 8, and with this the OBXAV, the quality of the plugins has gone up, and this new Jupiter 8, it sounds fantastic, and I'll probably make a video about that next. But this is why the Matrix 12 is cool. It has all these really cool filters that other synths don't have. Plus, it has that Oberheim sound, which is really hard to get. I mean, a Matrix 12, even back in the day, was like, $6,000, $7,000. And now they're ridiculous money. They're like $20,000 or $30,000. And so this thing comes kind of close. It sounds like a crunchier, more lo-fi version of the original, but the character, the filters, as you can tell, are pretty cool, and they'll cut right into a mix. And if you compress them a little bit, or you put some gain on it, you can really make it, stick out in a mix pretty good. But anyway, that's why I like this particular synthesizer. It's a pretty cool plugin. I don't know. I've had the Arturia plugins for a long time, so it only cost me, like $100 to upgrade for me usually, and I upgraded this time, and yeah, I really don't regret it. And this is the Matrix 12.